Hi everyone, and welcome to Encouragemama. Today I wanted to encourage moms of adult children. I personally do not have adult children, but I am an adult child of my parents who, thank God, are still alive. And I have 5 L's to share with you today. 5 things that I think it is important to know when you have an adult child, and hopefully these tips help. My first tip is to listen. When we have adult children, we are no longer kind of over them and they're under us. We are walking side by side through this journey of life, and listening goes a long way. I love this song that says, "Hey, see that skin? It's the same she's been standing in." I love that so much because the skin that we are in right now is the same skin that we were in as children. And sometimes parents of adult children think that the things that the children went through as children, now that they're adults, it should just magically disappear. Now, there might be situations that they went through as a child that are still bothering them as an adult that they might have to talk to you about. They might have to reveal to you some things that you might not want to hear, of how your parenting style might have affected them, you being neglectful might have affected them, or maybe a divorce might have affected them. And you might be thinking, hey, that happened so long ago. I'm over it. How come they're not over it? This is the time to just listen. And if you have wronged your adult child, or if they think that you did something wrong, just listen. Listening goes a long way. A simple "I'm sorry" can just really mend things. So listen is my first tip. My second tip is to love. I want to encourage you that if maybe you were drug addicted when your children were younger, or if you just had a lot of things going on and maybe you were a single parent, or there are just so many things, whatever it was that kind of interrupted you being there for them consistently, you can still love them as an adult. The love that you hope to pour into them as children, God can restore that in their adult life. And it is never too late to love on your adult children. How you love your child is going to be different than how you love your adult child. So you cannot be as clingy with adult children. They are establishing their own lives. A lot of times they have their own children, and their love that they want from you might be a little bit different. So, and plus we all have different love languages. It could be, my love language is words of affirmation. So as an adult child, when I hear from my parents or any, adults older than me that, hey, I see that you're doing a good job, like that speaks so much to me. Like, I don't need you to do my job for me. I just need you to affirm that I'm on the right path. It might mean that maybe you missed out on their childhood, and they might want you to spend more time with their children, your grandchildren, or they might need a little bit of assistance with cleaning, or they might be more of an acts of service type person, or they might be quality time, like a picnic, a walk in the park, going to a basketball game, going to a play might be how they feel love. So continue to love them. And adult children, especially young adult children, are going to mess up. They're going to fumble over their steps. They're going to not figure things out, but never, never, never stop loving them. That brings me to my third tip, and that is to look. Observe. You are now standing on the sidelines as they are playing the game of life. And I have to say that this could possibly be one of the most difficult things, to just look, but watch and pray. Look, observe what's going on. Be that eye. Observe what kinds of friends they have around them. Just observe. So when they when they come to you for that wisdom, you will have it because you've been observing. Because they are going to come to you for that wisdom. So look from a distance instead of just being in it all the time. Just take a step back and watch. I see some parents of adult children do this. They just step back and they're super attentive, but they're not always giving their 2 cents. They're very observant and they wait for the right moment to speak. So never stop looking. My fourth tip is to let go. Now, I remember, I'm a parent of 4. I remember when my oldest was like 1.5 going on 2, like in his first season, from like really, really infant, he wanted to be with me all the time. He just wanted to be with me. He didn't want to really go to anyone else. And I kind of grew used to that. And I remember the first time we went to the beach and the water was close by and we were kind of walking on this dock and he let go of my hand and started dashing away. That just, it scared me. I'm like, I am not even in front of him. He doesn't even know where he's going. And he let go my hand. Like, does he even know that I'm here? But the fact that he initiated that letting go is proof that he knew I was behind him. He knew that if he was secure enough to know that if I was ever in trouble, mommy is right behind me. So as you are parenting your adult child, it is important, it is imperative to let go. Abraham in the Bible had to leave his parents to let go and follow God into what God has called him to become. What would have happened if he never left his mother and father's house? God called him to a new land, a land that he did not know, a land that his parents had not gone before. If you are Christian, or if you just believe in God and you believe that God has a plan for your child's life, it is going to require them letting go of you. And you have to be secure in the fact that who God is calling them to be might be different than who you wanted them to be, who you envisioned them to be, the things that you hoped for when they were kids. You have to let that go because God's calling on their life might be something totally different. You might want them to be a doctor or a lawyer or a teacher, and God's calling might be something totally different. So it is so important to let go and trust that how you raise them as children is they're going to remember that, and they're going to make mistakes, but you have to let go and let them learn, let them grow. They cannot grow if you continue to hold on to them, if you continue to support them financially, if you continue to house them, if you continue to just extend their adolescence. Like, they will not grow into who God is calling them to be. So do the brave thing and let go. And I know a lot of people struggle with this that have social anxiety or just anxiety in general. And maybe your children was what grounded you. Maybe it felt that this is how I felt my love, I felt my purpose from my children. But you have to let go. You have to stand on your own 2 feet and allow your children to bloom and blossom into who God is calling them to be. Tip number 5, and this is the most exciting one to me, and that is your adult children just want to see you living your best life, living life on purpose, living life boldly, living life into who God has called you to be. I think that as an adult child, like my mom, I just really love that my mom lives, and she has like her group of friends. She has purpose in her life that she wants to do. Like, she recently opened a kind of a corner store, a shop in front of her home, and I just admire that she lives her life. And when I was just like in my early 20s, I felt like, why is she leaving me? Why does she still want to live without helping me? I have these 2 babies and I need help. But I now see why she continued to say, you know what, I don't want to just, I'm still young, I don't want to stay at home and just be a grandma. I still have a lot of life to live. I took care of you, now it's your time to take care of your kids. So that letting go helps, but just seeing her live her best life, like me seeing my dad just having a good job and working, and your adult children just want to know that you are living and you're doing okay. So focus on, if you are married, focus on your marriage. Like, that is the best thing you can do for your adult children. Like, we just want to know that you are good. Focus on your spouse. Go on trips, go on dates, go here, go there. Follow your passion. Your adult children just get so much life from seeing you live. So don't feel like your life has to end and you can't do the things that you were going to do, and you always have to have this house because then your grandchildren has to come over, and like, live your best life. So those are my 5 tips. Thank you for staying with me. If you have anything that you would like me to comment on, any issues that you're going through with motherhood and you want tips on, please reach out to me. I'll put my email in the inbox. Hopefully this tip helped. Okay guys, until next time, bye.